What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Goldgell Getaways Travel Podcast. My name is Josh, and as always, I am joined by my friend and co-host, Matt. How you doing, man?
What's going on, Josh? Happy Friday, everybody.
Yes, thank goodness. TGIF.
Yeah, it's been one of those weeks, my friend.
It has been a long one.
Yep.
Oh boy, how's the weather looking like up there?
It's starting to turn. It's starting to get nice and sunny, especially being a baseball coach. We're able to get outside and do some activities outside, especially with my high school team that starts up next week.
That's awesome. Yeah. We just had the hottest day so far this year. Was 96 degrees here in Florida on Cinco de Mayo, by the way, which was not very good to be at Epcot and starting your day off with tequila. So we felt that pretty quickly.
You got to hydrate ahead of time.
Absolutely. Well, welcome everybody back to the podcast. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We are part of Goldgell Getaways, and if you don't know who Goldgell Getaways is, we are a full-service travel agency helping you plan whatever your next destination could be, whether it's coming down here to Walt Disney World or going across the country, or as things begin to open up, you can start heading overseas. We've got somebody who can help you help you plan your next destination vacation, whether you have big kids, small kids, or no kids at all. We're willing, ready, and able to help you to start getting started. Now, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, there's Jazzy barking for no reason. You know what's funny, Matt, is that each and every week I always say that if it was just us, we probably wouldn't be able to do this podcast.
Well, it's just us tonight.
It is just us tonight. We had to do a little rearranging. We didn't need to, but we decided to do a little rearranging with the podcast schedule this week. And we're going to be talking all about the Disney Wish and Disney Cruise Line in general, which I think is going to be really cool. Yeah. Some really great information out there for everybody. But so we have no special guests. The guests are just Matt and myself.
Us.
So stick with us. Stick with us the whole way through.
We'll be longer than 20 minutes.
I hope so. All right, cool. Well, each and every week, this podcast is brought to you by Chef Adam. You can learn to cook online with Chef Adam. As I look for his little video clip to throw up here, he is actually going to be taking a break from the cooking classes a little bit this summer, but you should still be on the lookout for some pop-up classes. We do still have one class left, which is our theme park copycat series, and we're going to be doing the braised beef short rib wontons and the winter squash soup. And I believe that is from the Contemporary Resorts, all the way at the top, and it's a fantastic meal. If you have not ever had it before, I highly suggest that you try it out. You can head on over to www.adamgoldgell.com to check out his classes. If you've got a suggestion on something maybe you'd like to see, maybe shoot him an email at adamgoldgell@gmail.com, which I also have, bang, right there, up on the screen. And, we always have a great time whenever we do these cooking classes. And, of course, there's always times when people make mistakes, like me. And, as you can see, this was from our Ronto wrap, where I had dropped the Ronto wrap onto my computer, which was not good. But it was fine. It was fine.
Josh, are you guys going to be doing a drink this week?
I'm actually not sure that there will be a drink this week. We are actually not going to be on there this week, unfortunately. I've got some family coming into town on Saturday, so we are actually going to be preoccupied. So this was a class that I think we were supposed to have midway through March, and we ended up postponing it. So we had already kind of had our plans made beforehand. So
it happens.
But it's going to be fantastic. It starts at 7:30. You can still sign up if you're interested. And I'm gonna throw it over to you, Matt.
Yeah, these two sessions that you and Adam put together for the copycat have been great selections. I can't wait to see what the third series, maybe in the fall, will be like.
Yes. Yeah. I'm interested too. I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe we try to expand it outwards. Maybe we try to find something unique from Universal. Maybe something that's more seasonal.
Ooh.
Or I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Adam's actually watching. I can see that Pam is watching. Pam says no drink this week. It's going to be a lot of cooking.
Oh,
Adam will talk about a wine pairing, but I will say this potentially, and I'll talk to Adam about this. Potentially, maybe what we will do is some unique fall themed dishes. Maybe
all right.
I don't know.
I think that would work.
Yeah. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Limoncello, yes. Adam is watching. Kim Silver says great classes. She loves them. Kim's always on there. Thank you, Kim, for always being on there and cooking along with us. It's always a lot of fun. So yeah. They are great classes, and you do learn a lot. Adam's really great, walking you through step by step, and he has some good jokes every now and again. So
yeah. Josh, it's our favorite topic right now.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
We're gonna talk some Royal Caribbean right now. The cruise everybody loves, Barbados with the boys and Taylor. So we have this as a group cruise. It's going to be leaving December 12th, 2021. So this December, 7-night Southern Caribbean island hop, which, as we've said over the past couple of weeks, is probably the best part about it. So there are no sea days. We're just going to go strictly island to island to island and exploring. So we're going to be leaving out of Barbados, like I said. We're going to be stopping Trinidad, Tobago, Grenada, St. Vincent's, Dominica, and St. Lucia. We want everybody to come along. We want this to be a big party event. Josh, you want to put up the email?
I got it right here.
You're the best. Events at goldgellgetaways.com. Subject, Barbados with the boys. And I'm not sure, but I think they still have that a couple promos going for some great deals. So
yes,
check in with the Goldgell Getaways agent to get the best available pricing for you guys for that cruise.
Yes, absolutely. Because there has been some hopes. We may or may not talk about this tonight, but we were talking about cruising. CDC did just kind of do some updates. They were not necessarily the best updates that everybody would have liked to have heard. So cruising out of the U.S. ports may get pushed back, which means that if you're looking to start doing some cruising, some of these other cruises like this one, I know it's not till December, but prices are going to start going up as it begins to fill. This isn't the largest ship, and which isn't a bad thing because we don't have any sea days and we're going to be hitting the ports hard, but prices will start to go up. So if you are interested, this is going to be awesome. You do have to fly to Barbados to get on the ship, but it's going to be so much fun. Like it really is. You're going to get to see stuff that you've never gotten to see before. So super, super excited.
Yeah. And then Josh, over February and April vacation, we got some school vacation room blocks. So what people have asked over the couple of weeks is, what is a room block? So room blocks are pretty much where we have a set locked-in price of a certain amount of rooms for each of those cruises. So those cruises are going to be February 19th, 2022, a 7-night on the Symphony of the Seas, leaving out of Miami, with stops in Perfect Day, Coco Cay, Antigua, and St. Thomas. It's the same cruise in April, and it's going to be leaving April 16th, same itinerary in the subject. February vacation, April vacation. Jump on those. Great deals, especially during vacation weeks where everybody's looking to get away from the normal grind. So reach out to an agent, get you on one of those cruises, and you can enjoy Perfect Day. That wins me over right there, being able to go to Perfect Day.
Yeah, if you haven't been here yet, this is a fantastic island. It's not even finished yet. There's actually, if you look, if you're watching live or if you're watching on the repeat, the right hand of this image of Perfect Day Coco Cay, they actually have a lot of room to expand the island and do some more width, and that's actually in the works. So this island is not done yet, but you can see they've got this awesome water park, some great food, great beaches. I mean, it is so much fun.
And Josh, the one thing, like when I haven't had a chance to get there, I'm 0 for 3 right now on Royal Caribbean, just due to the current current situation. I want to get one, like get a whole bunch of my friends and let's get an over the water bungalow. That would be awesome.
They when we did our group cruise last year, they had just opened up those over the water bungalows for people to purchase. I think we might not have been the first cruise, but we were one of the first handful to get there and have that as an option. And they look stunning. I don't have a picture of it, but I seem to recall that they
right.
It's actually, if you look, if you're looking at the tower, they're almost like right back behind this tower.
Okay.
On the backside of the island. So it's in a wonderful spot. And I want to say that they may have had slides.
Yes.
That you could go right off and into the water. So it's super cool. We didn't do one, but you can't go wrong with having one. So
I mean, they're a little pricey, but for the number of people that you can get into it, that's in your party, it breaks down really well financially.
Yeah, absolutely.
Josh, I did get one question via my Facebook. You made a comment a little while ago that we were going to hit the islands hard. How hard are we going to hit those islands? Really?
Well, I mean, let's. I would love to hit the islands hard and do as much as possible, but that doesn't necessarily have to be.
I forgot. I said I'm old and broken down and I can't hang.
Matt's the one who said that he's going to have to take it easy. So. Maybe we'll get old body. Maybe we'll get you a scooter or a wheelchair.
I'm solid. I'm solid on a scooter. I can do that.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But I would just love to really try to experience every island if we can. I mean, obviously, I don't want to go down a side route here, but one of the best times to experience the ship and do some stuff on the ship are days at port. Because a lot of people get off and they go explore. So those are some of the better days to do stuff on the ship compared to sea days. But these are some places that people rarely get to go to because most of the time Southern Caribbean cruises are longer cruises if they're going from a U.S. port, 14 days, for example. So, it'll be unique and different.
I think, like you said, Josh, I think the way the cruise is set up, being an island hop, getting out onto the island is the whole purpose of it.
Yeah.
I think we have to do it.
Absolutely.
Take a couple extra Advil, get to bed early, and I'll be okay.
All right. Perfect.
Josh, I'm going to let you talk about this one because this is your baby right here.
Yeah. Okay. So the other little group cruise that we're going to be talking about is the one that was supposed to happen this July. It's now not happening. We postponed it till next year, July 15th, 2022, sailing out of Seattle. We are going to Alaska, the last frontier. And I'm super excited. It's going to be so amazing. We're going to see some things that I've never seen before, like glaciers. And I would love to see some brown bears, grizzly bears, and whales. And
right up close with them.
Oh, man, I can't even wait. So this is also a group cruise. We have already got a lot of people joining in. And I always like to show this little video from our last group cruise. We're going to be doing the same thing, getting some T-shirts, getting everybody some lanyards, hanging out, having fun. And then, of course, I'm sure that they're going to have a silent disco night, which is where you're required to come down and watch my amazing dance moves.
Or that woman's.
Or that woman's. I love how I've tried to steer the conversation away from me towards that woman. I wish I could scroll this video, but if you watch, just as we switch scenes here to the silent disco, there's one lady who is just, well, I guess she's not really just yet, but
she's doing the lasso in a minute. She gets
right
down to it.
Right there. Yeah. So, and then of course there's me, but it's a lot of fun. If you're interested, you can send an email to events@goldgellgetaways.com. Let them know that you're looking to book on Alaska with us. Prices are beginning to go up. So if you're interested, this is a great opportunity for you to, maybe 2020 was rough, right? I think it was rough for everybody. 2021, we're kind of having to skip out on some cruising again this summer. So if you're looking to really make up for that with, maybe somebody's birthday, celebrating an anniversary, this is a great cruise to do this on. You're going to get to see some really amazing landscapes that you probably have never gotten to see before, and experience some new stuff as well. So we're going to be doing some port adventures. We'll be hanging out during the sea days. So it's going to be fun. And like I said, if you're interested, send an email to events@goldgellgetaways.com and somebody will get back to you.
Yeah. Josh, I'm excited about being able to get up in the Pacific Northwest a little bit, get up into Seattle a little bit, where I haven't had a chance to visit yet. And the markets, I want to see people throw fish.
Throw fish?
You haven't seen that?
I have not seen that.
What?
I don't think so.
What?
Throwing fish?
The throwing fish in the fish market in Pike's Place? Come on,
no,
man.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't seen that.
Dude,
no,
you're not. We gotta have to get you cultured.
I guess, right? Thing. I guess. I mean, we're planning to get up there early, So let's talk about it real quick. If you are interested in joining, we are going to probably try to get up there at least a day or so beforehand. We would always recommend that. Never try to fly in. I don't even know if we can fly in the same day. You're going to have to fly in the day before. But we'll probably try to get in a couple days before, see a little bit of the Northwest up there, or mainly of Seattle. But I mean, I have not seen this fish throwing.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's the fish market in Pike's Place is a thing. Yep. Sharon knows what's up. It's their way of being more efficient to weigh the fish for customers.
Okay.
And right. They throw fish. It's comical. And I actually have a baseball friend from that area. The macaroni and cheese. There's a place right up in there. He says the best he's ever had. So
okay.
I'm looking forward to maybe doing a food tour and catching a Mariners baseball game before the cruise. Those are my two things.
Nice. I think we're definitely going to visit Starbucks. And
you and everybody else in the area.
I know. We're going to be like the regular tourists. I guess we'll have to go see this fish market, and I don't know what else.
Yeah,
we'll see. So, but yeah, I'm super excited. So, should we move on to the news?
Yeah, we got a lot of Disney news in the last 48 hours. It's been nuts.
We did.
Yeah.
So,
do you want to? I'll take it, Josh.
Go.
So, as we've talked about in the past, packages available into the summer of 22 now. So, with it being the 50th anniversary coming up, take advantage of booking, at least getting a deposit down on rooms now before rooms disappear. Which with the 50th anniversary and everything starting to open up a little bit, things are it's going to happen. So, reach out to your agents and jump on, at least getting a deposit down on a room. And then, Josh, the big news coming out of Disney today, the after hours party, the Boo Bash, going to take place in replacement for this year, at least, for the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
Did they officially say that this is a replacement? Did they actually come out and say that?
No, but I'm using it as the word replacement for the year. A placeholder for the year.
And I agree. I mean, that's initially what I thought. Whenever they had released it, I'm like, oh, this is clearly going to be the replacement for Mickey's Not So Scary for this year. So,
and I think we talked about it, like maybe in like one of our first couple episodes, is I see them doing a lot more of the after hours events. Just due to the fact that it's a way to get revenue back a little bit.
Yep. A
lot of them are very popular, especially the Villains Party. They throw a Villains Party up, it's going to sell it every night. It's just the way it is, and the lower capacity compared to the capacity that it is right now, and be able to jump on rides and stuff like that. So I think the after hours parties is going to be a little bit more frequent than in past years.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that too, especially with the lower attendance, basically, or not lower attendance, but capping off the attendance there for these after hours events, because man, these are really limited. If anybody is watching or listening has been to a Halloween party within the last couple of years, you will know that they have, dare I say, gotten slightly carried away with attendance at the Halloween parties, where you go in there and it's like a sold out day at Magic Kingdom on just an average day. It's super busy. It's really hard to do a lot of attractions. It's hard to do even just the trick or treating because the lines are super long. So I agree. I think this might be the way that they might go this way for a while. I mean,
Right.
I don't think that we'll permanently see the Halloween party or the Christmas party go away. I think this will just be another delay of the year. It'll probably come back next year, I would think. But I mean, who knows? So
Right. And the thing with this, it's like it's the Boo Bash it's going to run pretty much the same time frame, selective dates from August 10th to the 31st of October, and it's really a later after hours. Go figure. 9 p.m. to a little bit past midnight, from what they said, and it's going to be very Halloween themed with the cavalcades, the character sightings throughout the park, performances by the Cavalier Dans, the decor, the lighting, the music, all Halloween themed, which is what everybody really wants, and plenty of candy. They're saying, what is Halloween without going to Disney and coming home with 50 pounds of candy?
And it's good candy too.
Yeah, they go all out.
Name brand. And just to add to the hours, you can actually get in at 7:00.
Right.
Before the night. I wasn't sure. I didn't think you had said that, but
no, I didn't.
But I mean, just a little added benefit. So if you're paying for that ticket, you can get in a couple hours earlier, so you can really get more time in the park.
And adults can dress up again. We can get dressed up.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait for when we're there in October, and we can do like a big group costume of the 45 of us that are going to be there.
What's our character attire? What are we going to be?
I don't know. I'm going to put that in Mr. Ryan Levine's hands, because he's the one that's. I'm going to put him on that. Gives him something to think about.
All right.
We also came out, Josh, with some reopenings of some of our popular restaurants, which I'm excited about.
Yes.
So, dinner at Chef Mickey's, which has been closed for the time being, May 16th, which is technically almost next weekend.
Yep.
So that's going to be opening back up. One of my favorites, Cape May Cafe, is going to be opening May 18th. They're not going to be opening back up the character dining. It's just going to be straight dining, and it's going to be more of a seafood boil than a seafood buffet. So they're going to bring the big boil to your table, and you just have at it. And then my favorite restaurant, Tusker House. They haven't given an official date yet, but they said this summer. Leads me to believe Tusker House, Festival of the Lion King.
Was
same
it?
Time. I bet the same
July,
time
right?
I bet it's
late July.
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
Yeah, and this summer, I can see them opening pretty much hand in hand.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way that things are structured and the way that things are going, which we don't have on here, sorry, some news that we don't have on here is that temperature checks are leaving.
Yeah.
They're actually leaving very, very soon. They're actually going away tomorrow for cast members, and then they will be completely gone for guests starting next week on the 16th. Slightly next week. It's a little bit over, but so that's a pretty big change. And the way that things are structured for openings, right, with these restaurants opening up, we are seeing, I believe some resorts are now going to be opening up within the next couple of months into July. We very well may see, the social distancing, I'm guessing is probably going to go away because capacity is going to increase. And, man, it would be awesome if we could start getting some more character interaction and experiences coming back to the parks. So I do believe Disneyland is having something like that. It is still a physically distanced meet and greet, but they are trying to do something where you can still meet some of the characters. So
did you see that? I saw a picture today, Josh, where it was two characters that were on circles, and then there was an empty circle probably in a
Yes.
triangle for it. So I'm assuming you stand there
Yep.
and get it. I think that's a great photo op.
Well, and I think it's nice too because the one that I saw, I believe, was Rapunzel and
And
Flynn,
Finra.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's nice. They're not wearing masks, so your photo, doesn't have to have masks in it, even though you're still socially distanced. We know that here at Disney World, you now can remove your mask when you're stationary and outside. So who knows? We're things are always evolving, and but I'm excited. Tusker House. I agree with Matt. One of my favorites, especially for character breakfast. So
I'm intrigued on. They didn't give much information on this one, just besides this summer. I'm curious. That's a very popular buffet. How are they gonna? Are they gonna you're gonna get a skillet kind of all you can eat skillet platter, and you got to maybe pick a skillet, kind of like Whispering Canyon a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, if we're kind of trying to come up with what they might be doing, I'm going to assume that that's probably what they're going to do is something similar to what they were doing at Chef Mickey's. Crystal Palace is where they're going to do the traditional family style, where they will just bring all of those options to your table, and if there's something else that you want, they'll bring that out for you. So, but
I will try it out when it opens.
Yeah, I mean it's good. It's a step towards going back to normalcy. Right. So, but
what else do we have here? We're still waiting on those Universal things, Josh.
So so we are still waiting on Universal HHN tickets. Yep. However, I do believe I think we can officially say that it's happening in some form or fashion. They did put out some job applications or job openings for people to apply.
So
go ahead.
So Josh actually sent me this the other day, and my first response to him was, "Hey, Josh, why not be a scare actor for the fall?" I think everybody watching this, just write in the chat that Josh should be a scare actor.
I have till the 9th. I have till the 9th to apply. So.
I think you would be amazing at it.
I don't disagree with that. I think that I would do really well too. However, our schedules of me being able to actually do that, I don't know that would really work. We're going to be gone almost all of October for weddings and stuff like that. So, but I mean, if they're willing to work around that, and I'm just part time, maybe I can still do it. We'll
how about you just be like, hey, I just want a one time. Give me a 1 day tryout.
They might let me do that too.
Be like, I'm Josh.
I think, but I think if I did that, I don't know if I want to be in a house or if I want to be out.
You want to be
like
out
in a scare zone.
Yes, definitely a scare zone. Why you want to be in a?
Yeah, I think I'd rather be in a scare zone.
Scare zone, sure. You can pick your prey a little bit, kind of see what's going on.
I can tease people a little bit more, follow them around,
Yeah.
So
I think you should do it. At least go through the process. Let us know how it is. Hey, we need a podcast episode. We need you.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But
so Disneyland opened. I want to see if I actually have that. I actually got the text message from my friend that was at Disneyland. Let's see. Let's see. Of course, I can't find it. It was pretty much great to be back in the parks. It's with it being the first time, they're trying to get used to the social distance and wearing the masks out in the parks. It's pretty much the same thing, but their exact words were glad to be home.
Yeah,
so
I believe that. I think we had that same feeling when we were back in July last year. It was nice to be back in the parks. So,
and then Disneyland announced also that the Paradise Pier reopening for their Paradise Pier Resort June 15th. So, opening up another resort. It's a good thing. Good things.
Absolutely. Awesome. So, I guess we should get into this week, right?
Yeah, we can.
Maybe.
Like a little
Yeah,
cruising?
so a little bit of cruising, and like I said, we had another schedule for a podcast this week. So it's just Matt and I because we had to switch gears up a little bit. But yeah, we're talking all about the Disney Wish. I mean, okay, I can't say with I can't honestly say that Disney Cruise is the best cruise line out there because I've not sailed all of the cruise lines, right? We've done Royal Caribbean and we've done Disney Cruise Line. But of those two, when you're talking about having that Disney experience, obviously it's going to be on Disney Cruise Line. You're going to experience something that you've never had before. And when I originally started coming to Walt Disney World back in 2009, and I had such a magical experience, interaction with the characters, with the cast members, the theming and the storytelling, I was blown away. But when you step foot onto a Disney ship,
Different beast.
it entirely a different animal altogether. And it is, I don't want this to sound negative, but it is a elevated experience that you will never get in Walt Disney World or even Disneyland, because we've been out to Disneyland. On a Disney cruise is just amazing. Yeah. So, and of course, last week we talked about it briefly that they made the announcement of the Disney Wish, and so that's what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah, Josh, you're still trying to get on that inaugural. Is that the idea? You guys?
That's what my wife is telling me. Yeah. So, that's what we're gonna try to go for. Technically, right now, if we're talking about booking for the cruise itself, I believe it opens up to the public on May 27th. However, and I should have put this picture up, and I didn't even think about it until just now as we began to talk about it.
What was it? The castaway breakdown of prior dates?
Yeah, the entire breakdown of everything for the inaugural season. So basically, if you are a Platinum Club member, so this means that you've been on at least 25 sailings, you can actually book on May 17th. So you're getting to book an entire 10 days before everybody else. 20 sailings is the next day, May 18th. 15 sailings is May 19th. So Platinum Castaway members, which is 15 sailings and up, May 17th to the 19th. So that's a lot. I'm assuming that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
May not be that many people. This is a larger ship. It's going to hold more people. And then we've got May 20th is also Platinum, but that's for everybody. And then Gold is on May 24th. And then Disney Vacation Club and Adventures by Disney is the 25th. Now, here's the thing about Disney Vacation Club that you may not know. When you are booking as a DVC member, you can either book with points, which I never recommend, or you have to pay in cash upfront in whole, which is a lot for a lot of people. So, and then the 26th is the Silver Castaway members, and then the 27th is for general booking. So Taylor and I are Silver. If we would have taken our cruise in August of 2020, which we missed, we would have been Gold members, which really stinks. So we would have gotten a little bit of a leg up on quite a few people. Yeah. So I don't know that we're going to make this. I would love to say that we are, but I just don't know that we will. So
yeah, I have that the May 26th booking window for me. I'm looking at the August 22nd, 2022 cruise.
Okay.
It gets me a little gap to get my sea leagues back from Alaska. I can kind of come back and work a little bit, have like real responsibilities.
That's good. That's a good point.
And then jump on the Wish right before getting back into school.
That is a very good point. I think if we don't get that, maybe we will be shooting for that same cruise as you. So
I think we've tried to make that into a group cruise.
We'll see. We will see. So, but yeah, I mean, let's kind of start breaking down the Disney Wish. This is not a high quality image, and I do apologize for that. It's slightly pixelated. But last week they put out a nice long video, and all the images and screenshots that you're going to see tonight are from that video that was made to the public. And most of this is not the real ship. Obviously, this is CGI artist rendering. But this is amazing. Matt, where should we start? I don't even know. Where should we start?
Oh wow! Like I don't even know. Like there's just so many options. Like do you want to start right in the main floor area where pretty much where you're going to walk in, right? That's
okay. Yeah. So let's start right in the atrium.
Right.
I think we've got a really short clip that we can show of the atrium. This is the atrium with what is brand new to the ship and to the cruise line in general. And I've got a still image that I'll put up so that you guys can still see it. Yeah, is the stage in the background there. So Cinderella there is kind of facing, we're looking at the backside of Cinderella here. That stage is brand new. They've not done this before. Normally, on the Fantasy and on the Dream, this stage area is where the midship elevators would be.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that those are not going to be there. This ship is a little bit longer, so those midship elevators could be somewhere else. But this is pretty interesting, and this is a huge atrium.
Yeah. I think, like, if anybody's been on a Disney cruise, there's a lot of things that happen in that area, a lot of character meet and greets. Obviously, it looks like they're going to do a show of some sort. My favorite thing, the Diaper Dash, they better not get rid of that. They actually have more space, so maybe they can run a couple more kids out there.
Right.
Josh, didn't they do like a golf thing, like a little chip and putt a couple years ago?
Sir, you are talking to the Chip It Golf champion, all right? Chip It Golf champion. They do. And I did win Chip It Golf one year. And I always have to say this, not that Taylor's family's watching, but just so that everybody knows, Taylor's family used to own a golf course. They are phenomenal golfers. And so I always wear very proudly that I won at Chip It Golf and I beat them all at Chip It Golf. So it was completely and totally unprofessional by all means, but hey,
it's not a real course. There's no
exactly.
It's like mini golf. It's win at all costs.
Listen, I take my wins where I can get them.
Yes,
but this is they'll have the Diaper Dash, Chip It Golf. If for some reason, let's say for Pirate Night, or if we've got a Star Wars Day at Sea or a Marvel Day at Sea, anytime that they're going to be doing something out on the upper deck and the weather is not looking good, normally they will bring it back down into the atrium here and have whatever the show is. So I think the last time that we were on one and it was Pirate Night, it was looking like it might rain. And so they did a show down here in the actual atrium instead of doing it up on the top deck. I think that was the same night. But
Josh, I'm curious. So you see the stage there, right above it. It's like a little balcony. What do you think?
I'm pretty sure that is part of the stage.
Okay.
If we go, I can't show the entire video, but if you go back and watch the video, the fairy godmother a few times is standing up there where that's at. So I'm assuming that's going to be part of the show.
That's cool.
Something that they haven't talked about on this is the where the kids can get ready for pirates and like the princess stuff. I don't think that's going to be up there. On the Fantasy, I want to say it's up here on the left-hand side on the upper part of the atrium, upper deck.
I think it's very similar to on the Dream as well.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that the layouts are going to be pretty similar. So
I'm excited to see what they're going to do for a show there. Is it going to be something really big, or is it they going to use that stage for more character meet and greets? Like,
I think it's going to be very versatile. Anytime that we've been down there, so we were talking about character meet and greets, right? They do those a lot in the atrium, but also one thing that we have noticed, I think, has not really been good for traffic of people, is that on the Fantasy, and I'm going to be talking a lot about the Fantasy because we've been on the Fantasy the most, but this area, so if we look at this, and we see like where the stage is at. Imagine that this is opposite. So if we were staring at Cinderella, looking at her at her face, right behind her is normally a restaurant.
Yep.
Normally they have performers behind Cinderella here doing like music, or it's normally just music, but they've got equipment set up and it makes it very difficult to walk by there. So I'm wondering now if this stage here is going to be more for that as well.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. It kind of keeps them up out of the way more.
Yep.
Can still get the music in, but they're not in everybody's way. I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that would be my idea. I mean, but again, who knows? We won't know till they release more details.
Right.
But well, let's okay. So I think we're kind of going to stay on the same deck, and let's talk about this because I think this is awesome. Which is the new Walt Disney Theater, totally redesigned with colors, and it looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Let me see if I had something that they showed, and you guys will see the closed captionings because I screen recorded this on my phone. But it looks stunning, and if you have never seen a show like a Broadway style show before, this is where it's done in this theater, and they do an amazing job. They have full sets. They somehow can still do it even while the ship is rocking back and forth, and it's awesome. So, and this is also going to be the place where sorry, you're going to hear the dogs bark here quickly because Taylor just got home. But this is also where they're going to have other shows. So we saw Ricky Calmon. If you don't know who Ricky Calmon is, he's a oh man,
comedian?
I'm blanking right now. Not a comedian.
Magician?
Not a magician. Not a comedian.
The
other thing where they like make you do stuff.
Oh, hypnotist.
Hypnotist. Yes. And then they've got some other shows that they do in there too. So I think that's going to be really great too. That's going to be a really nice place.
And Josh, that's where they're going to do the Broadway version of Aladdin, right?
Yes. So this is where all of the Broadway shows are at. Will be in this theater.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. I'm an Aladdin fan. I've always wanted to see that show. Being able to see it at sea, I think that just makes it on a Disney cruise line. I think that just makes it extra special. Oh yeah,
fantastic. I mean, again, like if you have not seen a lot of Disney Broadway style shows, this is one of the best times to see them because it's not going to cost you any money. Because it's included with your cruise. You don't have to reserve seats. You just go right down in, find a seat, and sit down. If you want a specific seat, I suggest that you get there early, because a lot of people will get there early. People will line up to get into the theater to pick their seats. But it's really nice, and it's again fantastic. One of the best things. Yeah. It's one of the things that we love doing every single cruise. So. Where should we head next?
I like food. Do you like food?
I love food. What food should we talk about first?
I think we go through the family dining. So let's start. Do you have anything on Arendelle?
I do have a short clip, I believe, on Arendelle that we can show. Man, this looks really cool. Yeah. Kids are gonna love this. And again, this is not totally new as far as this theming of a show goes, right? The Disney Magic right now has Tangled, a Tangled show on there, and it was fantastic. They have all the characters come out, they do a show, and then they stick around and they interact with you at the table. So I'm assuming that this is probably going to be very similar.
Yeah, I would think so too. I mean, they're very, very popular. Queen Anna and Kristoff and Elsa and our boy Olaf. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I think this is a big hit for for Disney. Picking this as a restaurant, picking it as a theme. I'm excited to try a little different cuisine, maybe Norwegian inspired. but I'm really excited to see the interaction with the characters in the restaurant.
Yeah, and you said Norwegian inspired. In case anybody out there is like, "Ooh, that doesn't sound good," just remember that you're on a Disney cruise. So if there really isn't something on this menu that you think that you'll enjoy, just let your server know, and 100% they will take care of you.
Yep.
They will find something for you to eat if you really don't think that you're going to try something. Or if you don't think that you're going to like something, but again, same thing I would say to that is that try it anyways, and if you don't like it, they'll bring you something else.
Yeah,
So it's all
I'm sure,
included.
Josh, that the menu is going to be Norwegian inspired theme, but I'm sure they're going to have some of the basic stuff. Maybe some sort of steak, a chicken.
Yeah, yeah.
And then for the kids, you're going to have your basics, your chicken tenders and fries and stuff like that. Then you can probably get really into the Norwegian inspired. So I'm going to think people like what's the restaurant in Epcot? The Esker or the,
Oh, the
no, like it's kind of no, yeah.
I almost wanted to say
it's on.
Tusker House. It's in Norway, yeah.
Yeah. I'm
somebody will say in the
gonna,
comments.
I'm guessing you're probably going to see the same type of food. Was it Asker House, Askersh, something like that?
Askershush?
Yeah, it's something like that. And we're just going to sit here for the next 2 minutes and embarrass ourselves with bad pronunciations.
Right.
Well, it's the princess dining in Epcot, pretty much. So I'm going to guess your food is going to be very similar to their menus, I would guess.
Yeah. And the other thing too is that most of the time, all of these menus are going to have, just like you said, Matt, they're going to have a steak, they're going to have a chicken, they're usually going to have a fish, they're sometimes going to have a vegetarian or a vegan option. And really, it's kind of the difference between the restaurants is how it's prepared, number one, and the spices that they're using. So, and then they'll have like a few extra things. I know, I think we always had like the one restaurant when we would be on would like have venison, but they would also have a steak. So, so you do have some options to choose from. And again, if you really don't think that you're going to enjoy anything, just let your server know, and they will literally take care of you. Like,
and I agree with you, Josh. So, if you have a great opportunity to explore your palate a little bit and not really be punished financially for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had escargot for the first time on a Disney Cruise Line. You know what I mean? It's
so did I.
So it's something that I'm never really going to go out and get at a normal restaurant for a first time. I really put it in my mind that I'm going to have escargot on my Disney cruise, and if I don't like it, I'm going to get a French onion soup with it. Needless to say, I had the escargot and the French onion soup. It wasn't one or the other. I had both.
Did you like it?
I
escargot?
Love escargot. Yes.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't need it ever again.
You're a one and done.
But I'm glad that I got to try it though.
Right.
You know, so
you can check that off the list.
Yeah, and I threw this comment up earlier, which was from Michelle, who said, kids, which is what I said, kids are going to love it, and she's like, I'm going to love it, and definitely. I mean, that's the other thing about all of these restaurants on board is that it's something that even adults are really going to enjoy. So,
and that's
speaking of,
sorry,
go ahead.
I think the fun part about that is it's not a specialty restaurant where you have to make a reservation. It's a part of the rotational dining.
Yes, which makes that so much better,
right?
I
think that's a big seller. After doing a Disney cruise, I think that's a big selling point to me, having the same server every day. And I know I mentioned it last week, is like I had a great server on my cruise. We talked to her to this day. My aunt actually text messaged her and told her I mentioned her name on the podcast.
Oh, nice.
It's like they just go out of the way for you. It's like, if she knows I like drinking Diet Coke and she knows I'm at the 6 o'clock dining, my Diet Coke's at the table waiting for me with a bendy straw. Like they're just on things to a T. Our last night, Josh, she came up to the table and goes, "I made something special for you from back home." She brought out
Oh wow.
she brought out curry. It was not curry's not even on the
Oh
menu.
nice.
She had the
Nice.
chef make curry for our table.
That's awesome.
Like I get it. They're trying to show us the best, but like I think that personal touch that I was on a 4-day Disney cruise and I created a relationship with this woman forever.
Yeah. And that's what makes, that's what I think relates back to what I was saying earlier, where a lot of people have a really great experience when they come to Walt Disney World. They usually have really great experiences with cast members, but when you step foot on a Disney cruise, it is something entirely different. And, Matt saying that you had this great relationship with, and made a relationship with your server. We had something the same way on the first cruise that I went on with Taylor's family. And the second time that we were on the Fantasy, we saw him again and we talked to him. And it was really, really great to have that, because they go literally out of their way, and they really don't need to, but they do it because that's what makes them different than every other cruise line out there. So
that's a big plus for dining on cruises. It's like always you get a lot of great dining on all kinds of cruise lines, but I think that's the one thing that Disney hit out of the park, being able to have that rotational dining where you have that wait service with you the whole cruise.
Yep.
The whole time. I think that's a big plus.
And speaking of, we're talking about rotational dining. So let's go to the second one that they announced, which is 1923. I believe that this is going to be another one that is included.
Yep.
You can kind of see, I'll play this one again, and then I'll throw the still up there. But basically this is inspired by, what was it like when Walt officially kind of created the studio as a whole, basically kind of had this idea to run with. And so you can kind of see in this image, we've got Belle over here on the left-hand side and Mrs. Potts. Yeah. And we're going to see a lot of other, I think, characters throughout. I can see Tangled, not Tangled, but what's her name in the background back there. So it has this more upscale feel, but will still be another restaurant that is certainly open to families.
Josh, you want to know what this restaurant reminds me of, and not everybody might be familiar with it?
Okay, go ahead.
Looked very familiar to me as the restaurant, the Club 33 restaurant at Disneyland. It's that very wood, a lot of memorabilia around. It looks that's what it looks like to me. I know you haven't been up there.
No, we haven't.
I've been lucky to have dinner there. It really, looking at this picture right now, that's what's radiating to me, that it looks a lot like Club 33 in Disneyland.
Well, I mean, I think it's nice because it gives you the feel of something elegant. And I think what is also, obviously I don't know this for sure, but my other thinking behind this restaurant here specifically is that for adults, because of course there are going to be some adults who don't necessarily want to have the full immersion. Like they want to have some of the details, but they don't necessarily always want to be fully immersed in it. I think that this is what this restaurant accomplishes. Yeah. There's not really a show. It just is kind of these subtle touches of Disney as a whole with the artwork, the memorabilia, like you said, to kind of put you there, but gives adults a little bit of a break from Arendelle and the other restaurants that, OMG.
This is the one I'm excited about.
Me too. Let me find the clip here, which is not really, there's really nothing to show. This is all that they gave us. This is all they gave us to see.
I think, Josh, those kids right there, that would be like us running in there. Like very excited.
That would totally be me. So yeah, I mean, tonight's dinner presentation by Pim, that's where that wall back there is saying. So we really did not get any details about this. other than that, like,
Josh, I actually have some from something that I was reading. It's pretty much you're going to embark on a cinematic dining experience of epic proportions, exploring technology and save the day with your favorite Avengers. And the menu is going to showcase global cuisines inspired by your favorite heroes.
Okay. Interesting. This is still is like, I mean, listen, I know I'm an adult, but I got to be honest.
Disney cruise, you're not. We're all kids.
That's true, but if that's the case, I don't get to experience the same things that the kids do, right?
True.
I mean, let's be honest. Which, speaking of this, come on, I mean, that looks like one of the best times. So we're kind of transitioning away from the restaurant here, and we're going into the kids area, which is the Superhero Academy. Obviously, Disney's going to be hitting hard on Marvel. Marvel is one of the biggest franchise, things right now in the entire world. And so we're going to start seeing this stuff at sea, which I think is awesome. It looks like we've got Captain Marvel or Marvel suit over here. We've got Black Panther. We've got obviously Spider-Man right here. And, the other thing that they really tease about this, which is this experience for these kids to be able to like kind of wear these suits and customize them is the way that they made it sound.
Whoa.
So it definitely looks like that kid is wearing a suit. I don't know if potentially this is going to be something where parents are going to have to purchase the suit if the kids really want it, or if there's going to be some type of crazy VR experience or augmented reality, which is where you might wear glasses and then it kind of just appears in front of you, or if it is actual VR where you're not going to be able to see, through the goggles, and you get to see this whole world around you. So, but it looks really cool, and I'm super jealous.
I can't wait till they do the open houses. Keep tabs on every open house they do for the only time they let adults in.
Well, so if you really want to try to see what some of that is, I would always recommend everybody get on there early. Get on the ship as early as you possibly can, as early as they'll let you. And the first day, normally before the ship sets sail, leaves port, you can go through the kids clubs.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they'll actually let adults play with any of this stuff.
We'll have to borrow someone's kid.
But this is the second place that, again, I'm a little jealous, which is the Walt Disney Imagineering Lab. So kids are going to be able to basically kind of learn some of what it takes to be an Imagineer. They're going to get to kind of be an Imagineer, and which is kind of what they were talking about here in this clip, an interactive lab. And I don't know if I really, here we go.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
That looks pretty cool, right?
Is it design your own roller coaster, or is that Big Thunder?
That looked like Big Thunder Mountain to me.
It'd be cool if you could design, like, obviously it's Imagineer Lab. Like if you could design your own roller coaster and it kind of
looks that way.
That kid's all into it. He got the hands up, ready to go.
Yeah, it says their own virtual roller coaster. So I don't know if you can, if you get to completely build it. I mean, looking at this screen right here, where this girl is kind of looking at it, looks like maybe there's something here where they can kind of build something. So
maybe they give you all the options of every Disney property roller coaster.
That would be cool. That would be really cool. I've got a question though, Matt. If I shaved my beard all the way down to the skin and then like actually had some hair, maybe I wore a wig, do you think maybe I could pass as a younger child? Just get in there and I can just do all of this stuff? I mean, these kids are going to have like the best time.
I'm sure in that roller coaster is probably some sort of, unfortunately, a weight limit. And I'm going to guess you're probably over that.
I see where we're going with this. I'll have to cut back on the Kit Kats and Reese's.
Yeah.
Well, the other area that we've got here is the Fairy Tale Hall, which looks pretty cool too. We've got all of the princesses basically hanging out in here from the looks of it. And something very different. I think on the fantasy and on the, I'm not sure exactly what is on the dream, but I know on the fantasy we've got like kind of an Imagineering area. We've got Woody's, or it's not Woody's. It's
Andy's room, isn't it?
Andy's room, basically, yeah. And then they also have like some dance floors with like different types of things that you can do. So, and PlayStation, Xbox, things like that. They haven't really mentioned any of that stuff here. It looks like they are just really going heavily themed into IP stuff, which I think is really, really cool. And it's something very different. Looks like these kids are going to learn to draw or color or paint or something because, you know, that's what she does. But, you know, if you're concerned about leaving your kids at the kids clubs all day, I know I don't have kids, so I can't really say like you shouldn't worry about it. But honestly, so I'm just now seeing some of these comments.
Are you reading Eric's comment?
Yes.
Do you see that one? That's my favorite so far.
They will feed the kids while they're there. They're going to have such a fantastic time that you honestly might not see your kids. So I would just plan on that because, you know, have a fun time for yourself as adults. Whenever Taylor and I go with her family, normally we never see her cousins or her sisters because they're in the kids clubs all day long until they close, and they have a fantastic time, and they make new friends too. And of course, in today's world where kids have cell phones, I'm sure that they're exchanging numbers and creating new friends even easier. So it's really great for them just to socialize and get to experience some new stuff. Right. So,
and Josh, I don't know if it was, or is it one of the older clubs where you get to go down that like secret slide? Is that one of the kids one?
You know what? I don't think I got any video or an image of that. But I don't know. No, I think that goes into the kids clubs. I think it goes into these kids clubs, into the younger ones.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it goes into these ones.
So they have a secret like slide where it's just you can open it up and the kids, you can just slide down and get you right into the kids club. Josh, I think that would be something I would shave for, and I'm sure I'd probably get stuck somehow.
So there's got to be a cast member who is standing by at that tube door to like, or maybe what they're going to do is the kids will have a special band that unlocks it. Because I mean, I'm not going to say that I would do this, but I'm just saying that I might do this. You know, you just kind of like walk up and kind of like,
oops,
there's nobody looking, and you just open up the hatch and you slide right in, like, you know. So I'm sure there's some way to control it, but who knows?
I think that's a fun, unique thing for kids.
Yeah,
but like they said in the video, don't worry, there's stairs for adults to get there.
Yes, yes. And speaking of adults, why don't we move on to some of the adult stuff? So I think let's talk about the Rose, right?
Yep.
This is and Palo, sorry.
Yeah, so
that's also on there.
Yeah, the Rose is going to be the connector bar to Palo and was it
Enchante? Is that how they're saying it?
Enchante.
It looks really nice. There is on the fantasy, I believe so. I think it's on the fantasy. They don't really have a lounge or bar that connects Palo and Remy. On the fantasy, they're both separated. So I think this here is actually pretty cool that they're going to have something that kind of connects both of them together. This looks like a beautiful bar lounge area. Yeah. You can't really see it, but over here on the right-hand side of the image, if you're watching on live or on replay, you can actually see the windows are right here. So you're going to have a beautiful view, and that's all these chairs are actually turned to face out those windows. So depending on where your cruise is at that time, you're going to be able to see an amazing sunset. More than likely, if you're heading to the islands to start with, probably at the beginning of the cruise. Otherwise, on the way back, you may not be seeing the sunset. So, but beautiful place. And
I think that's a good spot to get a pre-dinner drink.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Especially going to Palo, where you're kind of having an adult's night and you can kind of treat yourself a little bit. You can kind of relax without the kids. You can stop off at the Rose and get yourself a nice glass of wine before sitting down and having a nice dinner. Yeah, absolutely. And it's, yeah, I mean, I don't even have anything to add to that. What information do we have on Enchante? Hold on one second. Let me scroll up. International cuisine crafted by 3 Michelin star chefs is on the menu at Enchante by chef. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name because I don't want to embarrass myself. The elegant, sophisticated is inspired by Lumiere of Beauty and the Beast. Okay, so it sounds like international. Yeah, but not quite cuisine. French. So if you don't know Palo and Remy, so Palo is more of like this Italian style restaurant. Remy is French cuisine. So we've never eaten at Remy. I'm not a huge fan of French food. So this might be the first time that I actually try the other restaurant besides Palo. We're definitely going to go to Palo, but trying Enchante, I mean, if it's not just straight French food, this might be something that we really try. Have you? I've been to Palo for dinner. I have not been able to get a brunch because obviously in the past they've only done that on sea days, and that is extremely popular. Oh, I'm sorry. We're pronouncing that incorrectly. It's Enchante. 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 Sorry, boss. Yes. It was actually well, maybe it was Pam, but I would bet it was probably Adam that was yelling at us on that one. We're not sophisticated. Right. Not even close. Yeah. So I've been to Palo. I did Palo for dinner on my last cruise. Okay. Like I said, I haven't done brunch. Obviously, brunch is the one thing everybody wants to do it. Like I've watched videos, I watched your videos, and it's like I want it, and then it just when you only have a short cruise and one sea day, it's a hard get. Thanks, Pam. And that is really difficult. I would suggest here's my little tip that I would give to other people out there watching. If you're planning on going on a cruise, a Disney cruise here soon, you want to try and get brunch. Book, because you can only book one at a time. Right. Actually, you can only book one in advance total. So book your brunch first, and then once you get on board, go down to guest services and see if you can get Palo for dinner, if that's something that you're interested in. So that's what we did the last time. We did brunch. We booked it ahead of time, and then we just did Palo for dinner if we could get it. And it worked out really well. And people talk about California Grill brunch over at Disney in the Contemporary. This is legit. It makes me angry that I haven't had a chance to have it yet. But the one thing, Josh, I'm going through some paperwork that we have right here. It doesn't say anything about it in the notes here. About them offering brunch? Yeah, that scares me. I mean, they may not. These are very short cruises, right? We're doing 3 and 4 night cruises. They might not offer it, but who knows? You never know. I think a lot of angry people if they don't have the brunch. Just saying. I don't know, but it is. You will not leave there. So Palo and Enchante will be an additional charge. I don't think that we know what those additional charges will be on the Fantasy and on the Dream. I believe it's about $40 to $55 per person. 40. The lower end is Palo. The upper end of that is Remy. So I'm assuming that we're going to see a similar price on the Wish, but I'm telling you right now, it is.
you do a brunch at Palo, you will have never spent your money any better because it is hands like whatever you want, literally. If you're like, I'm going to have a calzone and pasta and the short rib and the steak, they're like, yeah, sure. But you know what else you should try in addition to that? And they'll name you like 3 different things and they'll just bring it to the table. And they're like, you should definitely try this. Just try it.
I had that at dinner. It's just like,
oh my gosh.
We thought you look like you would like this. It's just like,
oh man.
Thank you.
Yeah. And brunch is a buffet too. Like it's, they've got all of those other offerings, which is so.
They got crab and all kinds of different cheeses in the sticky buns, and I haven't had it, and I know all about it.
I'm getting crazy right now. I'm feeling it.
I think a lot of people like we've talked about. Dining's a big thing for cruising.
Yes, 100%.
Obviously, you see the dining rotations, and you see an adult restaurant like Palo with an option of that brunch. Or the regular dining dinner for honestly cheap money, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it is seriously. Yeah,
I think that's a great family. Send the kids to the kids club to go make a roller coaster, and you guys go having an amazing adult evening out.
Yes. Which, speaking of, why don't we start moving up to the upper decks for the outdoor activities? So I'll show this image again so you can see the ship, and I think we got like this little thing. Oh, cool. Oh, I don't have the flyover, so I do apologize for that one. But we will talk about this, which is the new slide. And it's kind of, what are they saying? It's kind of like a water coaster with this theming.
I think so.
The Aqua Mouse.
Yeah, it's the Aqua Mouse, and it's based around what they call it, the Scuba Scramble Disney short.
Yes.
I'm gonna guess it's got to be a coaster because if you look at it, Josh, it looks like that first is an incline.
Well, yes, and oh wow, actually, so let me just say this: if there was anything I was going to be disappointed with on this ship, it was this actually right here. And the only reason that I say that is because really this is kind of a copy and paste from the Fantasy and the Dream, which is their same kind of coaster. It's a little bit of a different layout, and it's not really a coaster on the Fantasy and the Dream, but when I initially saw this, I'm like, oh, it's just a belt track that's going to take you up the lift. If you look at this image right here, right at the beginning of the tunnel, that looks like water that's shooting up. Yeah. So it looks like this is going to actually like pull you or launch you up this tube. And then you can also see on the sides of the tube here are some TV screens. Those are the shorts that are playing. So
I'm excited to give this a go.
Yeah, I think this. What I do think is great about this is that you don't have to climb to the top of one of the towers to actually start the ride. You can kind of just be down here on the bottom deck, and you don't have to climb any stairs. It's right there. It's going to be really nice and simple.
You can see it right there, Josh. You got your incline right at the beginning, and then if you look in the far right, you got that incline again.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, so it's definitely a water coaster because they gotta shoot you up a little bit.
Yep.
I'm excited for this.
This will be cool. This is going to be something that is different. So I take back my disappointment, as I had thought this was just a belted incline to carry to the top. This is like a launch, and it should be really cool.
And Josh, obviously, there's always going to be a line for this, just like there is for the Aqua Duck and the Aqua Dunk.
Yep.
Like, if you don't plan on getting off the ship on a port day, that's when you're going to have the lowest lines possible to get on these attractions. So you're not waiting, especially the Aqua Mouse. I'm assuming for at least the first couple months, almost maybe the first full year of cruising, this is going to be very popular, and the lines are going to be very long for this.
Oh yeah.
take advantage of if there's a stop and port that you're not sold on, you've been there 3 or 4 times. I'll use myself for example. I've been to Nassau a couple times. Don't need to get off the ship. I'll go on the Aquamos 15 times.
Yep. Yeah, I completely agree. You're 100% right. Nail these rides, like this kind of stuff, on your port days, because a lot of people are going to be getting off the ship, and that's when to do it. And if it's nice and hot, do it first thing in the morning. Do it a couple times. Take a break. Go get some ice cream. They didn't talk about that in the presentation, but I'm sure there's going to be free ice cream somewhere. So let's move to here, which is the Quiet Cove. This is the adult area of the ship, or at least part of the adult area of the ship. I'm sure that there's hopefully going to be more than this. This is very different than the fantasy, the dream, the magic, the wonder. I really, really like this setup. I think that this looks awesome. We've got a bunch of hot tubs. There are never enough hot tubs on a cruise, and there's never enough hot tubs in the adult areas, I think, for adults to just relax and unwind. So these additions are great. Looks like these hot tubs over here on the left are right up against the glass, which looks cool too. And then you've got the bar area over here, and I don't think that they really talked about exactly what's going to be served over here. It looks like it's probably going to be mostly alcohol. It would be cool if they have some coffee. But again, another really great addition, something that's different from the previous ships that have been released, which is Fantasy and the Dream.
Yeah,
so,
Josh, real quick on the Quiet Cove, is this the only information you have on it? Because I have something a little bit more.
Yeah, go ahead. Add what you've got.
So they're bringing back, pretty much it's been a staple on a lot of the Disney cruises. The Cove Cafe is going to be on this cruise.
Yes.
So that's pretty much their laid back, cool, tropical bliss inspired by Moana coffee shop. I would call it. It's in the adult area, so it's pretty much, you're not going to have little kids in there. You can just kind of chill and relax. You're going to be able to have coffee, tea, and other specialty beverages, which I'm assuming it's coffee with a little bit of fun stuff in it.
Yep. I would bet that we're going to see that cafe directly behind where this bar is at, or just below it.
Yeah.
So this is probably one of the uppermost decks. So it's either going to be probably below this, where the actual adult pool is at, or just behind this. And oh boy, I'm excited. This is one of our favorite places to hang out.
Yeah. Josh, I'm a big fan. Like the Cove Cafe, at nighttime they do a lot of the adult mixology classes in there. I was able to do on my cruise a whiskey tasting in there.
Yeah.
You're in the adult area. You're not worried about kids running around, and you learn a little bit about the different whiskeys, and gave us specialty chocolates to go with the whiskeys.
Yep.
Big birthday gift for myself.
We did a mixology class a couple of years ago on it might have been our first or second cruise, and boy oh boy, Taylor made a drink with several others, and boy oh boy, did they not really measure their pours. So it was cool. It was a lot of fun. You get to learn to make something new. But they were very stiff drinks, that's for sure. I think it was like maybe $20 a person, and we got 5 drinks. So I mean, well worth it. $5 a drink is well worth that. Especially when they're not doing the pouring for you. So it was fun. It was cool. We did ours though in the Skyline Lounge, I think.
Okay, yeah. I know. So I went on the cruise with my aunt. She did a mojito making class. At one in that area, in the adult club area, and then obviously our whiskey tasting was at the Cove Cafe, which was nice because it was a little bit later at night, and it was like more of a relaxed setting in the Cove Cafe because it was pretty much I mean, like I said, it was late, probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So it was strictly adult. I'm excited about the adult area. You know what I mean? That's a good thing for people too. Is everybody gets concerned? It's Disney. There's going to be kids. There's going to be kids. Oh my gosh! Well, it was me and my aunt went. We were two adults. We love Disney.
Yeah.
But like, if you have options, you're not smothered by kids everywhere. You can get away from it.
Yep.
If you choose to.
And there's several places for you to do that. Some of them are included, some of them aren't, like the adult pool area for the adults. But another area which they didn't talk about on this, I don't think during this presentation, I don't have any video to show, is the Senses Spa area, which I'm sure we'll get some better details here later on, and I'm super excited for. But speaking of adult areas, let's talk about probably the biggest one that everybody's been talking about, which is the Hyperspace Lounge.
Yeah, this is going to be popular.
Oh man, this is going to be a place that like there's never going to be anywhere to sit.
Yeah.
Never going to be anywhere to sit. It's almost frustrating. There will never be anywhere to sit in here. I would bet that this is always going to be full, and it's just like, look at it. It's awesome. It's not. I think what I also really enjoy about it is that it's not overly Star Wars themed, but it's just enough.
Right.
You know,
Josh, do you think, like, if you look into that right-hand corner, you see those colored cylinders?
Yes.
Do you think those are like pre-made, like infused drinks, like where they can just pour them?
I think that they probably will be. They're going to be some type of infused drink, I would bet.
Oh, that's cool. You know, I mean, it's a good eye focal point for people coming in there. I think that's awesome.
For sure. And yeah, I mean, this is, you know, if we're being honest, this is really no different than the Skyline Lounge that's on the Fantasy and the Dream. It's just been reimagined to a Star Wars theme, specifically with the window here where you can see the planets and things like that. That's how the Skyline theme is. It'll change throughout your time while you're sitting in there. But I mean, this is just like, this is awesome. This is so cool. And if they do Star Wars Day at Seas, which I bet that they probably will at some point, getting dressed up into a Star Wars costume and coming in here just to sit and just relax, I mean, man, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think Josh, you're going to see both the Star Wars Day at Sea and the Marvel Day at Sea on the Wish eventually. Especially, you know, I mean, you got all the Avengers and Marvel stuff, with a restaurant, and it's this Star Wars bar. I think that's a no-brainer that eventually down the line you're going to see a Marvel Day at Sea and a Star Wars Day at Sea on the Wish.
Yeah. Here's a great question from Justin, which do you think they're going to bring some Galaxy Edge drinks in on this cruise? I'm actually going to say no. I think hopefully, because we're talking about a completely different experience in Walt Disney World, Disney will engineer some new drinks specifically for this lounge. That would be my hope. Not that I wouldn't love to see the Fuzzy Tauntaun or the Jedi Mind Trick on board, and they may have something very similar to that is on board with different names, but I don't think that they would be doing themselves justice if they just said, we're going to bring these Galaxy's Edge drinks on board. I think they would be much better if they are brand new, totally different, something you haven't tried. So
start fresh with, I mean, it gives the opportunity to try new drinks and come up with new catchy names for drinks.
Yeah, hands down. So I think really, Matt, the only thing that we really haven't talked about, and you can correct me if I'm wrong as I'm looking through some of this, is just the rooms.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that the rooms that there's not a lot of difference here. Again, these are mostly all CGI. These aren't real rooms. I mean, they will be real rooms, but things could change slightly. That actually does look like a real room, so that might be one. But Disney is hands down known to have some of the biggest rooms at sea compared to their competitors. And I mean, they look pretty spacious. They really do. And what's really great is some of these rooms, you're going to have a separate bathroom that's separate from your shower, which we always really love. They're going to have these balconies or verandas. So I don't think that there's really much that's changed other than what you can see here, which is the scenery on the walls and a little bit of a different design. So, no, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's like I think those rooms are very, like you said, spacious.
Yeah.
You mean what that had the pull-out that room right back there? So it had the queen bed, the pull-out couch, and the looked like the Murphy bed out of the wall. I mean,
yeah.
So you can get a few people in one of those balcony rooms, and having a balcony room on a cruise just
Oh,
is
man.
like it's like the cherry on top right there. If
It's
waking up every morning just to go have your breakfast out on your balcony and just kind of watch the sea. It's very enjoyable.
It really is. And when we talk about some of these rooms, what is brand new though for a Disney cruise is what they are now having as these 2-story royal suites. This is not new to the industry. This is just new to Disney Cruise Line. So you can kind of see there's that staircase, that spiral staircase that's going upstairs. Beautiful, beautiful rooms. We didn't get a lot of actual footage of them.
Look
but
at that staircase.
I mean, it's stunning. Obviously, this is going to be a hefty price tag, but if you've got the money for it, experience, do it, and enjoy it. I mean, it's just the only thing I don't like is this castle image right here. It almost makes me think of Harry Potter.
Yeah,
but I won't hold that against them. So,
I mean, that's a great looking chandelier. The spiral staircase.
Oh yeah, it's just. I mean, look at it. It's so elegant, and this actually too, I think, is a huge step in a totally different direction than what is their like. What do they call them? Their Roy and Walt suites.
Yes.
On the Fantasy and on the Dream. This is very different. A very different direction as far as theming, colors, everything goes. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, they're right around like what is it? A little over 1,240
square feet
like that.
Oh, sorry.
Staterooms. Like,
yeah,
I mean, that's a lot of.
Yeah,
a lot of rooms, a lot of room for everybody. Eventually,
absolutely. Yeah. So that's really. I think that's all we got. Did we miss anything? I mean, as far as
we probably did, but it's like things. Disney's going to come out with a lot more information over the next couple of weeks, especially with bookings start in 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Be prepared if you're looking to book. Have a backup date in case your date, if you're working with one of our agents, have a backup date, maybe 2 backup dates, because I got a feeling you're going to see a lot of dates from that June 9th inaugural sailing all the way through maybe the end of the summer. Rooms are going to
go quick,
book up fast, especially like your concierge level, your veranda rooms, which is your balcony rooms. The more popular rooms are going to sell fast. One thing they haven't said it. They're not going to do any of the magic porthole rooms yet.
Oh, I don't even know if they really need to say that though. I think that's pretty much just guaranteed.
Oh no, they said that they're not going to be in the rooms yet.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I must have missed that part. I did not know that. Yeah. That's crazy.
But I also think it's one of those things, like if it becomes, I'm not going to say a complaint, but like people like, oh man, I wish I had this, man, I wish I had the magic porthole room. I'm sure they're not that difficult when it goes into dry dock in a year or 2 or whatever, 3 years to pop those in.
I'm just really surprised that that's not something that they can get on beforehand though. That just seems a little strange, but is what it is, I suppose. But cool.
But if that's the only thing we're complaining about, of like,
right? I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah,
I'm intrigued. Like, obviously, with the CDC and everything right now, it's like you didn't hear anything. No talk of a buffet.
Well, of course not. I think that
Because the or the grab and go stations like they have
yeah.
it, or obviously Disney's been very popular with the soda machines everywhere
Yep.
on the ships. I hope they still have that in some capacity because I'm a big fan of being able to get my vitamin water in the morning.
I think, and if that is something that anybody is concerned about, don't be. Again, this is something that's not setting sail till next year. So we've got a whole year for everything that's going on right now to kind of wind down a little bit. And I would bet that the buffet is going to come back. The drink stations are still going to be there. If there's one thing that I would like to see Disney add, especially with the Star Wars Lounge, it would be a drink package. So
Yes.
They have tried to start. They started conforming to the rest of the industry for a long time. Disney was not about that. They were trying to do their own thing, and slowly, some policies they've been changing have been conforming to the rest of the industry. So, you know, I can kind of understand why they may not want to have a drink package on board. It's a family-friendly environment, but you know,
I think we've talked about off air. I think a drink package would be very, very popular.
oh my, I think more people would probably
I think
book Disney.
they're popular on other cruise lines, obviously,
Right?
but like obviously Disney already right out the gate has the sodas. Like they give
Yep.
you either free sodas and your tea and your basic coffees, but just a minimal drink package or something to that extent. Not like a all you can unlimited drink package. Maybe you get 10, 15 drinks for X amount of dollars ahead of time, and it's on your card.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah.
like I think
Or
they
like a
do
punch card.
a punch card, a coffee card.
Yeah.
Something like that. You mean this?
Yep.
It's Disney. They're creative. We'll be okay.
Yeah, for sure. So, well, I mean, I guess I'm sure we probably did miss something. We went much longer than we normally go, but I think that's totally fine. Disney Cruise Line, oh my gosh, I think we could sit here and talk for like 2 more hours about it all. Anything left? You got anything to add, Matt?
All I will say is if they do not have the rainforest room in the spa,
boy,
I don't want it. I'm not. That is my.
Let's not go down that road. I don't want to get down that train of thought.
Oh, I think they will because it's popular on all the other Disney cruise lines, and
yes,
it's a great adult relaxation area. You know, I mean, you hop in it before getting a treatment, but
yep.
If they don't have it, I'm out.
You're out. You're out.
I'm out.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
I'll go back to the dream of the fantasy.
I mean, I don't know that I would disagree with you, but we'll just have to wait and see till we get some more information. Thank you everybody out there who watching replay, listening in your car. We are live now on Google Podcasts. I'm still trying to get us up on Apple, and I don't know what is going on. It's taking forever. It's never taken this long before, especially when Taylor and I had our own podcast that we were doing for a while. So we will start popping up, I believe, on a bunch of different stuff as in the next coming weeks, hopefully. And so if you're not listening on here and you want to listen in the car, just, I guess, listen to us through there. I don't know.
A lot of options to hear a lot of Disney information from us.
Absolutely. So thank you again, everybody. And Matt?
Yeah, we're back at it next Friday night. Now I'm going to go into panic mode because I don't remember who's on. I think we're going to go with, we got an agent, Brittany.
Okay.
We got an agent, Brittany, on, and we are doing vegan and vegetarian options on Disney property. Oh. I know a while ago we've done gluten-free options. And now we got this option, and I'm not very familiar with it. I know Josh, you dabble a little bit in the vegetarian.
I do.
The park.
I do. Little bit. Occasionally, yes.
So I'm excited about it. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not scared of vegetables, but I like myself a meat once in a while.
Yes. Yes, I think that'll be a great episode. Disney has been, they've been doing a better job of trying to make sure there are more options for everybody. So I'm excited because I don't go out of my way to get that stuff. Like I don't go out of my way to find that stuff at restaurants or go to a restaurant specifically for something like that. So this will be an interesting new kind of take on dining in Disney. So
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah. Make sure to subscribe to the Goldgell Getaways YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up. And now we're off to plan your next vacation.
See you, everybody.